Welcome to Mishna study, Masechet Sheviit, Perek Vav Mishnah He. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going to speak about taking. One is firstly Shemen Sirefa, right? Over here I got a little typo in this Mishnah. You'll see Shemen Sirefa, which is oil that can only be burned. So it's oil, teruma oil that became tameh. Are you allowed to take that outside of Israel? Also, similarly, fruits of Sheviit. Are you allowed to take that outside of Israel, or do these two items need to stay in Eretz Israel? So we open up En Motzi'in Shemen Sirefa Uperot Sheviit Me'aretz L'chutz Ha'aretz. You're not allowed to take Shemen Sirefa. Shemen Sirefa, as we said, it's oil that needs to be burnt. The only thing you can do with it is burn it. The only thing it's fit for is burning. Rambam even goes mentions in the Mishneh Torah that it's a mitzvah to burn this. To burn this oil. What oil is it? It's teruma that became tameh. Teruma oil became tameh. There's nothing you could do with it, right? You can't consume it. You can't eat it, right? You're not allowed to eat, teruma tameah. At the same time, you can't, just, throw it out in a non-respectable manner, right? So you can't, just give it to your, animals to eat. She may argue on this point. Rambam is very clear. The only thing you could do with it is actually burn it, right? And you're not allowed to take this outside of Eretz Israel, right? Even though it's tameh already, you're not allowed to take it outside of Eretz Israel. Outside of Eretz Israel, remember, all the land outside of Eretz Israel also has a level of tum'ah to it. So you're not allowed to take this teruma, even though it became tameh, you're not allowed to take it outside of Eretz Israel to a land of tum'ah. Uperot Sheviit, similarly, fruits of Sheviit, you're also not allowed to take out to outside of Eretz Israel. All fruits of Shemitah, all Shemitah fruits must stay in Eretz Israel. You're not allowed to take them outside of Israel. It's an important halacha. What do people do today is actually interesting. I'll get to it in a second after we finish the Mishnah. Amar Rabbi Shimon, Shemati beferush shemotziim leSuria, ve'en motziim lachutz la'aretz. So Rabbi Shimon argues, he says, actually heard beferush, right? Specifically that you're allowed to take it outside. Take these fruits outside to Syria, but you're not allowed to take them to chutz la'aretz, to the rest of the diaspora. Halacha is not like Rabbi Shimon, rather like Tanna Kama, that you're not allowed to take Shemitah fruits outside of Israel, right? So if you're in Israel this year, right, you go ahead, you pick a fruit off the tree, you want to bring it, with you outside of Israel, you're not allowed to, take it home with you. I would say, these things come up when it comes to etrogim. And how do we relate to etrogim of the Shemitah, right? This upcoming Sukkot, we'll have etrogim that are coming from Eretz Israel. So there are different ways that the rabbis have dealt with this, especially because today so much of their agriculture is shipped to, is exported to different countries, and it's a challenge. If you're interested in halacha, you can really look this up. But many of the poskim speak about different ways that it is allowed. Firstly, when they limit to fruits, right? It's not talking about flowers or other types of plants. And then depending on how these fruits were grown, some rabbis even mentioned a kula of if you plant it with the intention of sending it outside of Israel. Some rabbis that allow you to send it out. So there's different halachot when it comes to this. If you're interested in halacha, it happens to be very, very relevant halacha today. You can look more into it on your own.